contract negotiations is the key word for this episode, for at least the first two topics. And then, of course, I saw this post about the redraft of the 2024 NFL draft with 3 quarterbacks selected. We know them all: Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. If we had a chance to do it all over again, who would we pick first? We had an interesting debate in the group chat. They got to play out here on this episode. We gonna get to that. But first, Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are far apart as far as contract negotiations. Baker Mayfield is looking for a brand new deal. He's entering his 4th season as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. You look at his stats, over 12,000 passing yards, 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions, including he had an MVP type of run in the 2024-25 season. Kind of fell back this past season, but he still put up solid numbers. Also, the Buccaneers are dealing with a contract issue with Vita Veda. Now, I think it's been reported that Baker Mayfield's still going to report to camp whether a deal gets done or not, because the deadline, I think, is like July 28th. But if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers GM, Baker Mayfield contract extension, are you giving him at least $55 million per season based on what he done with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what he done with this team? Mason, what you think about that?
I think they should definitely try to get a contract done. 55 mil a year is a little steep, I think, because, I mean, that puts you tied for 3rd. You're behind Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott, and you're tied with Burrow, Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, and Matthew Stafford. They're all making 55. This happens every offseason where somebody else gets the highest paid contract, and then, the next year somebody else gets it, and then, the guy that got the highest paid contract from 3 years ago, his contract looks like a steal. I definitely think that they should try to make the move to get Baker. And I mean, if that's giving him that lucrative of a contract, then so be it, because it doesn't really look like they have a lot of people on their roster that are, demanding a big contract. It's a lot of young guys. I mean, Bucky Irving's still on rookie contract, and you just drafted Emeka Egbuka. So I definitely think, they have the room for, like, we've seen his kind of career resurgence in Tampa. A little bit of a down year last year, kind of. I mean, 3,700 yards and 26 touchdowns is not bad by any means, but I mean, 4,000 yards in 2023, 4,524. I mean, we've seen him produce. I mean, I think if you give Baker a contract and, if Egbuka can maybe take a step up, and I honestly think that the Bucs could run the NFC South for a couple of years if they make sure they get that contract. Because, I mean, you signed Alex Anzalone in the offseason, and you drafted Ruben Bain to make your defense better. I mean, they're, kind of a quarterback away almost, and Baker has proven that he can be that guy. Yeah, maybe the 55 mil number is a little steep right now, but, maybe in 5 years it may not look as bad, but I think you can definitely get away with putting out that kind of money for Baker.
I think they're basing off of, or at least Baker's camp basing off of, all right, this is what I've done since I became a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I've taken this team to the playoffs. I had an MVP type run, and then you look at the guys that he's trying to get as far as like their contract. Like, what have they done? What if Trevor Lawrence has done outside of this past season? Not that much in the grand scheme of things. Then you look at guys like Brock Purdy, and like he's trying to get somewhere in that level because Brock Purdy just got paid not too long ago. And then also from last year, I don't know if y'all remember, fellas, but his top 4 wide receivers were out at different points. Like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Egbuka, who's shown flashes, but he missed some time. McMillan, like he was working with 5th string wide receivers last year.
And you didn't have Bucky Irving for a while too.
Right. So so you had a carousel a bit at running backs.
You lose Mike Evans in free agency too.
Right.
For this year. I mean, you're kind of not expecting Chris Godwin to play many games this year either, so it's still hurting on the targets.
Noah, are you paying Baker Mayfield $50 to $55 million per season?
Yeah, I don't know about 55. That's a bit too much for me. I would probably try to negotiate somewhere close to that though, probably like 40 maybe. I think that he's I mean, you brought it up earlier, Stacey. He's a player. He's proven to take your team to the playoffs with very little to work with. I was just about to bring up that they lost Mike Evans through free agency and they got Chris Godwin and McMillan coming back with Egbuka. And I mean, they got what, Cade Otton's their starting tight end. He definitely deserves the contract, though. I agree with Mason in the fact that they need to at least make some sort of deal to keep him. Otherwise, I think they're kind of screwed. He's played the best with them. Like I feel like he fits them so well in their system too, and I feel like the fans love him. And if I were a fan, I would at least. But yeah, the pocket magician definitely deserves some sort of contract to be worked out before anything else happens. But I really do want something for Baker though in that sense.
Oh, no doubt he's earned a new contract. Now, currently, he's making $33 million a season, currently. And I just pulled up the list. These are the quarterbacks that are ahead of him. Let's get rid of that ad. I don't know why we have that right there. Daniel Jones is making $44 million, fellas, per season. Deshaun Watson is making $46 million. That's still ridiculous. That got to be the worst contract. Your boy Mason Lamar Jackson is making 52. Jalen Hurts making 51. So, and then Brock Purdy, who I just mentioned, making 53.
Damn.
Justin Herbert is making 52. I think Baker Mayfield should get like at least
45.
More than that, because him and Sam Darnold are both making 33 right now, and then above that is Daniel Jones, who's $11 million more. So I think he should get paid at least higher than Deshaun Watson, which will put him at $50 million.
It's funny looking at the guys below him too, because the only guys that are making less than Baker right now, you got Malik Willis, Aaron Rodgers, Fernando Mendoza is hilarious, and then it's all backups and rookie contracts. So he's getting lowballed right now.
Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love are getting paid more than Matthew Stafford.
Damn, man, that Lamar contract looks better and better by the day. which is what I was talking about, where that contract's going to look like a steal in 5 years.
Right. So I think Baker has earned $50 million a season. With 55, man. But also, like I said, you got Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love up there, who, in the grand scheme of things, have not done much in the league. And then you got Baker Mayfield, who he's always been a solid starter, but he just transcended with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and despite all the injuries. So I think $50 million should work, but then again, if you're Baker Mayfield, man, you gotta cash in now. Like, this is the hottest that you're going to be, and I don't think like Mason, you said they can run the table kind of next 2 years in the NFC South. I don't think so. You got a budding team over there with the Carolina Panthers. I don't think you should sleep on New Orleans Saints and the Falcons. If they just get it together at quarterback, they're one quarterback away too. They just get it together, then they can. It could be competitive in their division for sure.
It just feels like we've said that about the Falcons for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. I'm never going to count them out, but I'm never going to count them in until they show me a reason why I should.
I feel the same way about the Falcons. Yeah.
Overall, would y'all say Baker Mayfield, if y'all well, Noah, you had him at 40. Mason, will you give him 50?
I think I would. Just I think the way that contract would evolve over time would make it better. I mean, I wouldn't give him any more than 55, but I feel like it's just kind of going to be like, okay, we kind of need you to come back, so here you go.
All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's see if y'all can get that together before the deadline, which is later on this month. Now let's go to team in the AFC, the defending AFC champions. I know y'all don't like that, but it is what it is. The New England Patriots, they got a contract issue with Christian Gonzalez, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Matter of fact, I saw a list. I think he was ranked like 4th on this list where they had the best corners. Definitely top 5. He has proven that he is a blanket out there and he can cover the best wide receivers. He's trying to get paid as the top cornerback in the league. Should he get paid as the top cornerback in the league? Noah.
Not right now. Not right now. That's
Hmm.
PS2's throne right there. I think he's definitely earned a great contract for sure. I mean, he's definitely top 5, like you mentioned, no doubt. I mean, he proved that in the Super Bowl and all throughout playoffs this last season, that run. I think that's a bit too early to say that top corner in the league type of pay. To each their own. I know a lot of Patriots fans are going to say, yeah, obviously pay him that money, but I need to see him at least till he's like played like throughout his rookie contract, see what he's done from there. But I definitely think he deserves a significant like elite level pay though, at the very least.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. He deserves elite level pay. And then it's kind of being on his side. Cornerbacks in the NFL, they're like prime. Their shelf life is very short. Like you only have so much time as being like one of the top corners in the league before you just hit that cliff. Like usually like at age 30, around 30, 32 is like when you start to lose that status. But he should definitely get paid more. Actually, the top paid cornerback in the NFL going to the season is Trent McDuffie, who's with my Rams now. He's getting paid $31 million a season. Followed by Sauce Gardner at 30, Derek Stingley Jr. at 30, J.C. Horn at 25, Jalen Ramsey at 24, and Patrick Surtain also is 24 as well. So Christian Gonzalez, though, I think he's looking to be the highest paid corner. So the right now the baseline for that right now is $31 million. So Mason, are you paying Christian Gonzalez $31 million per season at this point?
I don't think so. That's a lot of money to shell out to a corner. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gonzo's one of the best corners in the league, but cornerback is such a volatile position where, one injury can wreck an entire career. The most, I'm kind of going off, average per year. Anything north of 31 just seems like a massive overpay. Kind of thinking he should wait until Patrick Surtain signs whatever extension he's going to get because he's going to get paid big time. Because he's probably the best corner in the league. So, I mean, if he makes $40 million a year, then, Gonzalez might have some more leverage. But the Patriots are a very young team, and they're going to have a lot of contracts coming up later down the road. Drake May's probably going to want a big payday eventually. Some of those other guys on the defense. I mean, I don't know if I can make him the highest paid. I think I'd probably still give him at least, 25, which I mean is still a very respectable number. Maybe a 3 for 75, 3 for 80, something like that. Or maybe a 3 for 75 with some bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, I just read that Patrick Surtain's the second's contract. He actually got his contract adjusted to where he can make more money. So now the 24 is his new level, and then like you said, Mason, he's going to break that once that contract ends, which I think probably ends might be like in a couple of seasons. I gotta get some clearance on that, but you have to pay Christian Gonzalez the most in the NFL if you're the Patriots. Because I don't think this is the guy that you can lose. You can afford to lose. You can't let him walk away. You shouldn't trade him. And Mason, I do get your point. Like you got a lot of young guys on this team that they're gonna be looking to get paid as well. But like I said, finding a cornerback like this is kind of rare in the NFL nowadays. And if you got your guy, you got to pay that guy. I will say the saving grace between these negotiations is Christian Gonzalez is on record saying he wants to be a New England Patriot. And why the hell not? You just made the Super Bowl this past season. You got a good shot of going back because you got the same team pretty much, and you just added a star wide receiver too, which everybody said that was missing on this team. So I think the Patriots should definitely pay him as like he's the best corner in the NFL. $31 million, I'll give him that. But also, like you were saying, Mace, it's kind of smart to wait to see what Patrick Surtain II is going to get, what he's going to command. But I don't know. I don't think you should wait too long on that. I think you should just get your money now.
I think if you're the Patriots, maybe you want to go get it now, and then so that way, you know, everyone else doesn't get the leverage thing, which, you know, is kind of what I was talking about on the last one. But that's a lot of money for a corner in my eyes.
Yeah, but this is not just any old corner though. We talking about this guy can be on the island against the best wide receivers, and he'll be okay. We got another one, fellas, and I've been wanting to get y'all opinion on this one for quite a while. It's the Brandon Aiyuk situation with the 49ers. They voided a lot of his guaranteed money, which he's understandably upset at that. He does not want to return to the 49ers at all. I think he's sitting out basically. He's been on record saying that he wants to play for the Commanders. But then I don't know if it's true, but I saw some posts that he was taking shots at Jaden Daniels. If that's true, then why the hell would you do that? Why would you want to go to Commanders and take a shot at the starting the franchise quarterback at that? But I don't know. But it's a whole situation. Brandon Aiyuk, he got his contract. He was destined to be the 49ers top wide receiver after they got rid of Debo, but the injuries, now get on the field. Now he don't have that money no more. He said some unsavory things too as well, but I think that was just out of the fact that they voided his money. So when it comes to this, starting with you, Mason, who do you take the side of? Do you take the side of Aiyuk, or do you take the side of the organization, which would be the 49ers?
I mean, I'm struggling to find a way to put dirt on the 49ers in this whole situation just because of the way that Brandon Aiyuk has been acting even before he stopped playing, for lack of a better term. What we've seen the last couple months and stuff like that with, you know, the Jaden Daniels post and stuff like that. So I feel like we're dealing with like a Timu Antonio Brown situation. Like it's I don't know, but I mean, Antonio Brown at least had the rap sheet for it. I mean, I feel like Brandon Aiyuk's leveraging off of one good season. I feel like acting that way after, you know, it barely being the best wide receiver on your team, that's a lot, and it's kind of hard to support. You know, got the contract, only played 7 games in 2024, didn't play all of last year. It's hard to see a world where he comes back, at least on a team that's competing. Maybe one of these, you know, smaller bottom feeder teams will give him a contract. That's just a very Jets thing. I can already see it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I can already see the ESPN notification. Yeah, the Jets sign Brandon Aiyuk to a 1-year, $11 million contract. And he plays 5 games and quits. Yeah, I mean, the off the field stuff, it's I think it's a little too much to get behind.
I read also that they voided his contract because he missed some required rehab time because he was coming off an injury. I don't know if that was in his contract. Did he read that part? Did he skip that part? Like, if that's in the contract that, hey, you need to attend rehab because we're paying you as our best wide receiver, then that'll be his fault. But if that's not his contract, that's the 49ers' fault. They shouldn't avoid his guaranteed money. I mean, it's called guaranteed money for a reason. Like, whether you like it or not, you got to pay the guy. Also, I'm on your side, Mason. Like, let's say he's spinning this out of control. Like, dude, you had one good season. Like, one. You're not the best wide receiver in the NFL. You're not even top 10. So you shouldn't do the but. I think it just depends on what was in the contract. Like, if the 49ers didn't have that in the deal, then yes, I'm on Brandon Aiyuk's side. You can't take away the guaranteed money. I think that's the problem. I don't think the problem is him being on the 49ers, because the 49ers, they should cut him up. They should cut him. Just cut him. Just eat it and just cut him. But
I feel like the 49ers legal team is too good to like let something like that slip through the cracks.
The second part of the question is like, is he done in the NFL with teams taking him on? I don't know if anybody's going to trade for him at this point. So, Noah, what you make of all this? Are you taking the side of Aiyuk or are you taking the side of the team?
As far as I know, I'm definitely on the side with the Niners. Like, Aiyuk literally bit the hand that fed him. Like, I don't know what else to take from that. And it all goes back to, like, originally how he got that contract in the first place. Remember how much drama was already around him getting a certain, like, contract and him getting paid between a few different teams? Steelers dodged the bullet. So did the Commanders. Yeah, I'm totally on the Niners side as far as what I know. I don't know too much about the Jaden Daniels situation, whatnot. That's between them. But, I mean, you guys pretty much said it best. He's running off one good season. You got, like, what, 1,400 yards? And he wasn't even the number one option there. I think it's hilarious. I think the whole situation's weird. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised they didn't cut him already, or, like, figure something out for them to at least cut him at the very least and, like, have it just get all done. But at the same time, that's the Niners' fault for them like falling for that. But yeah, man. I mean, I can't really support someone who's purposely missing like rehab and practice and team meetings, when you're still like under contract with them and all that good stuff. And it's like, bro, you just freshly signed to them. So it's like I don't understand that. So yeah, it's hard for me to side with Aiyuk on this one. I hate to say it from a player standpoint, but yeah, it's the whole thing's a mess.
Fourth down. We are going for it here, fellas. We go for it all the time on the show. Advanced analytics say if it's 4th and 6, you go for it. That's the new thing going on in the NFL right now. So right now, I'll give it 4th and 2. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. We, like I said in the beginning, we argue about this in our group chat. We're gonna bring that argument to life. I saw a post saying something about redraft the 2024 NFL draft where the first 3 picks were quarterbacks. Number 1, Caleb Williams, going to the Bears. We know that. 2, Jaden Daniels, Commanders. 3, Drake May, New England Patriots. And then somehow, some way, Bo Nix got into this mix, and Michael Penix Jr. took a stray, but we're not gonna get that deep into it. If you knowing what you know now, up to this point, we've seen these players play 2 seasons now. Who would you pick first if you had the first overall pick? If you were the Bears in the 2024 redraft, who would you pick? Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Noah, who you got?
I got JJ McCarthy. No, but I got 9. No, but I've definitely taken Caleb Williams number 1, and then I'd go Jaden, and probably as far as what I've seen right now, probably Bo. I when I saw him get picked in the draft and go into the Broncos and him getting with Sean Payton, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna surprise people. I was telling my dad that. I was talking to Matt that. Matt can attest to it. But I really thought he was going to exceed expectations, and sure enough, he's already taken them to, well, technically a championship series game. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'd go. I'd probably go Penix and then JJ or 9.
All right, so you're picking Caleb Williams still number 1.
Yes,
bottom line.
100%.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said that about Bo Nix too, because the thing people were arguing about was like, why are you trading up for Bo Nix? Because I think he was picked at 12, where they was like, you get him in the 2nd round, 3rd round, and I said, watch Bo Nix work. Bo Nix is going to be good because he's a gamer. Like, and then he been in different situations. Remember, he started at Auburn, and then he went to Oregon. And Oregon, he doubled his work. But all right, we got 1 vote for Caleb Williams going number 1 overall. Kind of a little bit of a Drake May disrespect right there, just a little bit, but wasn't amazing. Who you picking first overall out of the big 3 in that draft?
Don't want to say I kept my mouth shut in the discussion in the group chat. When Matt said you guys are forgetting another key quarterback from that class, obviously referring to Bo Nix, I said that still doesn't change the answer, because my impression was that Drake May runs away with this. 100%. I don't know if I watched a different season than you guys did last year, where Drake May had 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, and went 14-3 with a washed Stephon Diggs as his number one receiver and Hunter Henry. I mean, sure, there's some defense was good stuff there. It was. He led the league in completion percentage, yards per attempt, passer rating, and quarterback rating. He did a lot with nothing, got sacked the 4th most times, has proven that he can lead his team. He just made the Super Bowl in his 2nd year. I'm struggling to see a world where anybody other than Drake May goes number 1.
All right, we got 1 vote for Caleb Williams, 1 vote for Drake May. I'm picking May at number 1, just based on what we know now. It's for the same reasons Mason said pretty much. And Caleb Williams is still, for me, the highs of every high and the lows of every low. Like this past season, he completed less than 60% of his passes. Now, when he completed them. Like we seen that in the playoffs. We see, that pass, the touchdown pass he had against my Rams. Oh my God. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I was like, oh no, we just lost this game on that crazy pass. And he had like 3 of them this past season. The one against the Packers, the same playoffs. But Drake May, he just got all the tools. They say he had it in college, but college, he had like kind of a rocky last season there. But you just can't beat a 70% completion percentage. Like that's just amazing right there. And like Mason said, he's not working with the talented wide receivers, the most talented in the world. He got one now, but this past season, Stephon Diggs is still serviceable. But outside of that, you depending on Keyshawn Boutte, who is either a big player or a big nothing. And then you got 2 tight ends who are not tight end ones in the league, Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. So he's working with less. Jaden Daniels working with far less, but I think Drake May has done the most and been the most consistent. So I gotta go Drake May. All in all, like I said in the group chat, this year definitely is going to be the year that they're going to separate from each other. They're going to compete. I'm excited about we mentioned 4 quarterbacks. I'm excited about all 4 of them. I think all 4 of them are pretty damn good. And the league is in good hands as far as quarterbacks with those 4. But this is the end of the final drive here on Stacey on Sports. I am Stacey Carter II, joined by Mason Nor Rudy. Follow us everywhere on social media at Stacey on Sports. Berlin Bash is out at the same time. Check out Berlin Bash talking about the MLB draft. What the birds got to do in order to fly, because it ain't looking good right. It ain't looking good right now. But we believe in Baltimore on this network. We believe in them. We believe they can come around, Mason. We got your back.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I would need it.
Until next time, y'all, keep a lookout. We got NFL content coming down the pipeline because we get into the preseason. We almost there, y'all. NFL season almost here.